Alrighty guys, it is Tuesday, which means it is time for How to Tuesday. Well, technically it's Saturday, but got to record this a little bit early. Our semi-annual Enterprise QBR is actually next week in Vancouver, which I've never been there, so now I think about it, actually might be kind of a cool video. Yeah. We'll see. But regardless, got to record this early for How To Tuesday. So this week, we're going to talk about application control. We do this inside the endpoint agent. It's included in the license, not a separate agent. It's not a separate license. But if you're looking for a way to control applications on the endpoint, specifically off network, you can do it when they're on network. Most people do that in a next generation firewall. You can also do it in the endpoint. But here we're talking about controlling applications on an endpoint when it is off network. Could be at someone's house, coffee shop in Paris, Starbucks down the road. And it doesn't really matter where, just not on the network. It's actually fairly easy to do, and it's something that we typically recommend a lot of folks at least take a look at. So we want to show it to you today. All right, here's Brandon.
Okay, so for application control from the main dashboard, we're going to go into endpoint protection, then into policies. Scroll down here a little bit and you'll see the application control section. For this one, we're going to just do the base policy, but as with every other policy, we do have the ability to create more specific additional policies. So once we're in the base policy, we go to settings. Now you can see a few different options in here. The first and foremost, you see the add edit list. This is where you're going to add all of the applications or application groups, categories that you want to control. In this case, if I wanted to go through and just block all browser plugins, I could select all, save to list, done. If I wanted to get a little bit more specific and do something like TeamViewer, for example, I can just type TeamViewer in and then I get the two options for TeamViewer. Maybe I want to look at Dropbox. There's Dropbox. And again, I can select this, save to list, and then you'll see it show up as online storage. So those are your options as far as the application categories. After that, we have the ability to detect the controlled application when the users access them. So whenever they attempt to use this application, you can be notified of this. Now, if you want to block that application based on that detection, you can do that here. Or if you want to allow that detection and log it only, you can do that as well. Second option here is to detect the controlled application during scheduled or on-demand scan. So if you're running a scheduled scan on a brand new machine that's, you've just joined to the environment and you want to make sure it's all clean and doesn't have specific applications running on there, you can go ahead and check this and detect it at that time as well. If there are any applications that you wish to control that are not currently in our list, we do have the application control request section here. You can submit that application up to our Sophos team. They will go through and build a signature for it and then push that out. Time for that return it varies, but there are other mitigations and things that we can do to assist as well. And as with every other policy, you do have the ability to enable specific desktop messaging so that when an application is controlled in any way, shape, or form, you can actually change the messaging, or I should say add to the messaging with your own verbiage there.
This Sophos squishy is like it's addicting. Like I can't, you can see that? Yeah. So there you guys go. Application control. Not hard, something we recommend that you do. So if you don't have this enabled, it might be something to take a look at. Could come in handy depending on what your guys' posture is with regards to application control. Keep in mind, we've got a YouTube channel. All of this content makes its way there. We'd really appreciate it if you subscribe. That way you're up to speed on all of the latest content that we put out. Not all of it's going to make its way to LinkedIn like this content, so be good to subscribe. You might see something that you haven't seen yet. I don't think I forgot anything. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you again on our next How To Tuesday.